Hey, everyone, internet people. We are now recording for episode 75 of Enter the Dungeon. 75, that's significant, right? That's 3/4 of 100.
They make birthday cards
That's
for
a
it.
C.
Yes,
A 70 was a C.
It's halfway. It's perfect C.
Yeah,
Once
wait,
you're older than 70, they start making every 5 because, if you live that long, it's celebratory anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Wait, now I'm actually curious. What's like the largest number birthday card that they mass produce?
Probably
100.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if they do higher than that mass-produced.
I mean, you'd probably like.
Well, no,
have to
that's not
look
true.
for it.
They probably mass-produce them, but you'd have to probably request them. Yeah, you have to hunt for it. That makes me wonder what the longest-running D&D podcast is. Why?
You're probably the
let's
one that has
see
7
now.
seasons.
Well, Sneak Attack made to like 151 episodes. Critical Role's been going on for a long time.
Yeah,
That's
but I
what
think
I'm
they've swapped-
referencing.
Well, I guess they're in the same setting.
Yeah. What else? What else was there? The Adventure Zone was only like 69 episodes.
Nice.
Don't say it. You said it.
On my end, I started pronouncing it before I started. What's the word I want? Vocalizing it before
Yeah.
I heard you.
It's like you somehow knew what number I was gonna say.
There was no input lag. It was an automatic response. It was like when you hit your elbow on the table and you go ah, or when you put your hand on a stove and go ah. It was like you said 69. I went nice. Or
Okay.
whichever you prefer.
Whichever you prefer.
I don't know, Rick. I think we're getting too meta, dude. You're part of a D&D podcast that's taking significant time to talk about other D&D podcasts. I'll decide when we get too meta. Okay. Who remembers what happened last time?
Nope.
We got our money from Gallet.
Yes.
We split it with Zoe. And wait, was last episode? Did we finish fighting the Zorn last episode?
Yes.
Okay. So half of a battle ensued. We went to town. Or I guess a third of the battle, whatever. A significant portion of battle occurred. We went to town. We got money. And we have a good word in with the king, which actually, now that I think about it, Axel is important enough that he was able to put in a good word for us to the king.
Well, Duke.
Well, yeah, Duke. Important noble of this town.
Yes. Yeah, perhaps you guys will learn more about the political structure of this country.
Do you make those?
Countries or political structures?
Political structures.
Yes, I've given some thought to the political linings of this country.
Oh, that would be a good thing for a DM to do. Maybe I'll do that at some point for my campaigns. Every time I've got a player, it's like, I'm going to go take over this local government. I'm like, I don't even know what it is. But yeah, so we are officially heroes of Gallet, which that's some additional, brownie points for this Duke. And friends of Billy Queen, well, close acquaintances of Billy Queen.
Yep. Billy Queen and the acquaintances.
You know what? I would play in that band. I have a lute.
Oh my gosh. No, you could just use your pen as a percussion instrument.
Oh, Thitch has a high charisma.
It's like a cowbell.
Or cowbell. Okay. Anything else you guys remember?
Shocking the entire bank. The
Yeah, they didn't
manager.
like that. If I get it paid out in gold, what's the matter with you?
So you want that cover?
I should have asked for that in platinum. That was
Oh my
kind of
God.
rude.
Yeah. You were like, no, I want it in gold.
But
I think they said that they'd rather give it to you in platinum.
No, they said they'd rather give it to me in notes.
And then
Which
they said
makes
platinum,
sense.
didn't they?
See, Andres, I've given enough thought into the practicalities of economies and politics that this world is starting to move into paper money. Yes, I've thought about the political structures of these things.
That's fair, but my character comes from Kura. It's on my character sheet. We're kind of a backwater place, and I don't trust this fake paper money.
You're like a boomer of.
I would call it monopoly money if I understood what that meant.
It's like how people are reacting to cryptocurrency now.
Yeah.
Or Canadian money.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen one under UV light?
No, I have not.
It looks awesome.
Well, they're like plastic, right?
No. Oh, I don't know how they feel, but they look awesome under a UV light.
But no, like in terms of their construction, like how they're fabricated. Because U.S. money is paper and cloth, but I'm pretty sure theirs is like largely plastic. Because you can stick it underwater and pull it out. It's hydrophobic.
Okay.
It doesn't soak.
Okay, I've got a D&D cryptocurrency called WizCoin.
Whizcoin.
That's
It
funny.
literally mines the astral plane.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
It mines the astral plane. How did?
Wouldn't that be more of a meta currency?
Well, yeah, but instead of using people's computers, it uses their minds.
That sounds like a
So it's for-
Mind Flayer's dinner.
It's basically sorcerer locked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a Mind Flayer would love to eat that money.
Imagine having a pet intellect devourer and just throwing like well, no, because you can't throw. It's a cryptocurrency or it's a astrocurrency, whatever. This is
getting a little out of
Rick.
hand.
I think it is too meta.
Okay.
I think
where
we're
were
gonna
we?
go talk to the Duke.
Okay, yes. So it's probably about midday now. You guys just left the bank.
How does one seek audience with a noble figure? Like, you just march in and be like, "Hi, we're friends of Axel. We had a word put in to talk to you. Also, we're the heroes of Galais. See my medal."
Point to metal.
Okay. So yeah, you guys just want to walk down the road a little bit to the main castle.
I suppose.
Yep. And didn't really establish last time what the Royal Guards look like, but basically they're wearing sort of a red leather armor with almost a gold-like helmet. You can probably reason that's probably not solid gold for multiple reasons, but
For multiple different kinds of logistical reasons.
yes.
Iron gilded with gold.
As opposed to being gilded with a non-gold substance.
And they all have swords.
Oh no, they have swords.
Wow, no diversity in training for their weaponry? That's kind of strange.
Oh, at least the main ones that are patrolling the city.
No halberds, spears. Well, you wouldn't use a spear in a road.
I mean, there are royal archers, but they're not the ones that just walk up and down the road.
That'd be really funny. Can you imagine a royal archer being like, "I'll shoot you, criminal," and the criminal just like walks up 5 feet next to him and stabs him in the stomach? Anyway, we're walking down the road to the castle.
Yes. And so, yeah, first, you're able to walk across the royal lawns, which are being very well kept. And of course, you see someone trimming at the hedges because that's how you know that someone's rich, right? Because at all hours of the day, there's someone trimming their hedges.
Midnight in the pouring rain, got to trim those hedges.
Yeah, the most reasonable time to cut hedges.
When you can't see and the hedge isn't its normal shape.
Yep. But yeah, right now, the gates are down, the doors open. No, wait, gates are up.
The gates are down, doors open.
Doors are open. I almost said drawbridge, but there's probably not a drawbridge here because the castle's in the middle of town.
Moat time.
Oh gosh.
Wait, so there's like a
but yeah.
portcullis.
Yes, but yeah,
Okay.
it's got a very open outlook at, and some of the guards, they see you and they just sort of nod and just sort of gesture you in.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
They've been expecting us.
Do it.
And you're sort of pointed along where to go. Like there, it's a castle, so there's a lot of rooms in it, but like there seems to be guards that stationed at most of where it would branch off into hallways, just sort of directing you to a very specific way.
Mm.
It's a short distance, but it does quickly open up into the large throne room.
A throne room, you say?
And you see seated on the throne, who you can only assume is High Duke Timothy.
Why does the Duke get a throne?
Because he's rich.
Yep, in his royal garb with 6 guards on each side. And there's a very elderly woman about 20 feet
His wife.
in front of him, facing him. And she says, "And lastly, Your Majesty, our neighborhoods have recently been seeing a lot of criminal activity, and they stole from me my bread these last 3 nights. So we would like to see more guards down that path." Very well then. I will have my captain of the guard investigate these claims, and if he deems it appropriate, he shall station more soldiers there. We thank you for bringing this problem to our attention. Next. And you see that there's actually a line of people there, although just to raise problems or to give their requests to the Duke.
It's claim day. Or lay people day. There's a name for this event.
Yes, and you see that there's some sick people asking for a way to be healed. And he seemed, and you see that, and he says, "Very well, by the spirit of Alnig, may you be raised up to better serve her." Some people asking for money, which he almost always denies. And lastly, after about 30 minutes, he's finally ready to address the 3 of you.
A 30-minute wait.
Were these people bowing or kneeling? What were they doing before us?
They sort of stood when they were addressing him and then bowed before they left.
Okay.
Yes. Are the 3 of you emissaries?
From Galay, not strictly speaking.
Oh, Galanes. That explains it. And you see him relax a little bit, suddenly understanding why there's a huge guy and a really small guy in his throne room.
Wow.
We're from the circus.
We're from the circus.
We recently a word was put in for us by one Axel. I don't remember his last name.
Oh, Earthmover, Thitch, and Zoe. Yes. Been hearing quite a lot about the 3 of you.
Yes, we recently picked up new titles as well, and I point to the thing around my neck.
Yes. Heard that you're on a very important quest. So, how can Zinkton help you on this mission?
Well, we were hoping to get some form of perhaps discount or at least assistance in our current pursuit for the next gem.
Ah, yes.
Does he even know what gems are?
I
Does it?
presume he is heard by way of mouth.
By gems, do you mean that you're looking for valuable treasure, or
Oh, well, there we go.
Is this
He doesn't know.
what you're searching?
It's the planar gems, actually.
And he nods at you. So,
Yes.
kind of assistance are you needing? Do you need permission to buy from the Royal Armory?
Well, we were hoping you would be able to assist us. There is a, we know somewhere in the ocean between, oh God, I have to remember the names of places. Alnig and the other one.
You tried landing in it before. Or, wait, this is Alneg.
This is Alnig.
And the one that was closer to it.
Hybrin.
Hybrin.
The sea between Alnig and Hybrin, there is a sunken temple that has one of the gems that we seek.
I've heard legends of this temple, so what exactly do you need? Sea charts, recommendations?
We were hoping for some sort of crown discount or, what's the word I want? Sponsorship.
But sea charts would help as well.
Yeah, sea charts would also help, but most importantly, someone to charter to go out into the sea.
You need the help of the Royal Navy on your quest.
That would be much appreciated.
Well, I did some adventuring in my day, as did my father, so this castle has a great deal of respect for the profession. It helps us refine lost treasures, expands the economy, and keeps us safe from deadly monsters. So I am of course willing to help you. There's just one itty-bitty thing I need first.
What is that?
Should be simple for great adventurers of your caliber. We have not received the last 2 tax payments from the village of Chipham, about half a day south of here.
Oh gosh.
Drew,
I'm sorry.
I would like for you to set a wisdom save DC, and this is for me to not blurt out what my immediate thought is.
Oh gosh.
I am willingly taking a wisdom save here because
Okay, how
I am not
passionate
sure.
is Earth Mover against taxes?
It's not passion against them. It's the hell are taxes.
Okay, fine. Roll above a 12.
What's my wisdom save?
Don't want
It's
this
a
to be too
plus
hard,
2.
but
It's a +2. It's a
Okay.
+2.
So that
An
can't-
average roll, I'll be okay. Okay, I got an 18 natural. I don't just instantly blurt out, "What the hell are taxes?"
Oh, by the way, Chris, go ahead and make a perception check to see any sort of contortions on Earth Mover's face.
17 natural.
Yeah, like Earth Mover enough at this point to just see that he's just confused by this proposal. Like he might as well just asked you to go out and get him some elk hearts.
What?
Earth Mover probably would have been more understanding of that.
Go find me 400 eels.
We want a shrubbery.
Bring a shrubbery.
A shrubbery. With
We're gonna get sued.
So can I roll some not insight or I don't know. I want to see what's perception on the Duke's face. If he's hiding something, or I'm looking to see if he's
I
like
think that could be insight.
yeah. 11 plus insight. Which one's that one?
Should be intelligence.
Insight's
No.
wisdom.
Right. One of
Then
the
12.
I think investigation's intelligence.
Both
Yeah.
of them is 1 plus 1, so
Okay.
12.
Yeah, with a 12, he just seems to be a pretty standard offer from what you've had experience with. Like, you want something from someone, so they need you to go do something with your skill set first. Earthmover want to try?
Yeah. He said it weird.
Yeah, that's what's bothering me, but I guess I can't say
My
much.
insight's only a +2, but an intelligence-based class has a higher insight than a wisdom-based class, so that's interesting. Charisma-based monk. That's a 14. That's not much better.
Well, here's the thing. It isn't hard to tell that his whole demeanor right now is like, yes, I'm being very friendly, but I am also in control of this situation.
Yeah. That's fair.
Look, here's the thing. It's not so much about the money as it is about sending the message. If we let this one village go without paying taxes now, then maybe they'll stop doing it from now on. And then other villages might stop. And then maybe whole towns and cities do. And then the government can't function.
You know,
I'm afraid to say anything because this is kind of metagaming. Well, what I'm thinking about is metagaming, but just a little bit.
you know, in the Madagascar's smile and wave, boys, just smile and wave. Earthmover's just nodding and smiling. And he has no idea what's going on. He wants a village to pay something that all villages apparently pay. I've never seen a village pay anything. And we're supposed to go collect that payment that they didn't pay.
If you want, I guess you can just put it in chat on Discord or something, or just say it out loud, out of character.
Yeah, okay, so I'm pretty sure that this village is poor and they can't afford to pay it.
Alternatively, they are a really rough village.
Yes.
And they don't want to send their own taxpayers because they're afraid they'll get killed. Those are the two most likely options I see, and neither of them are pleasant.
Yeah.
For very different reasons.
I don't want to fight people in this situation. Because this sounds like internal conflict here. And I'm not part of Alnig.
Now, we can provide you with a horse and carriage to get back the gold payment, and if there's any, let's just say specific malcontenders, if you could arrest them and bring them back for us in that carriage, then
it's the second
would
one.
Be very helpful.
It's the second one.
So, about that, sir, we're not citizens of Alnig.
So I suppose you're granting us the jurisdiction to do this despite not being a part of your system?
I know how adventurers operate. Has official jurisdiction stopped you in the past?
Rarely.
Yes.
But they do.
And plus, think about it as one of those villagers. They've not paid their taxes, so the Duke is sending powerful adventurers after them. Think they'll not pay in the future?
It certainly makes them feel important.
Yes.
Earth mover.
Chiming in if I have any idea what's a socially appropriate thing to say.
Yes. So, Halfling, you're clearly in charge of this operation, so think you can get this taken care of?
Personally, I don't think my background would somewhat prohibit me from dealing in this kind of deal.
Well, you're not a criminal, are you?
I half look away for a second.
He just casually gestures to the dozen guards in this room alone.
I'm not a criminal. I mumble under my breath of this country.
Not here.
I mean, I'm a hero after all. So, but then again, this is internal matter of Alnig.
Yes, but we are asking for their government to do something for us. So,
and we are taking in external consultants, we'll say.
But by the way, we have bigger matters to attend to as well.
Yes, but this is so that we can attend to those bigger matters.
I mean, But which one's more important? Saving the world or a country's matters?
This are you worried about the time discrepancy? I don't think it's going to be too significant. Collecting taxes shouldn't take too long. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
See, this guy understands what I mean. So you can start today then.
If we help you with these taxes, do we have your undivided support?
At least
I will certainly do what is within my power to aid you in your quest.
good enough.
That's within your power, but not the full extent of your power. But oh well. I'm mumbling all of this under my breath.
Meanwhile,
I feel like now that you're a warlock, you're taking special attention to every deal you make.
Yeah.
I already do that. I just don't do it as
yeah, but also it's because of my pirate sailor background.
Oh yeah. Oh god. You're gonna go fight with the navigator. I'm gonna have to drag you out of there.
Oh my god.
Suck.
Yeah, no, that's why I was a little hesitant to agree about the ship stuff. I was gonna say we could just get a boat ourselves and go ourselves.
No, but this is definitely gonna be easier. Navy has Navy coordination.
How about this? You send your normal tax collector there and a couple of your soldiers, and we will help the soldiers if they need it.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily want to have to involve soldiers with this. We're not trying to invade.
Well, who usually does it then?
Look, I'm giving you an opportunity to prove yourselves. I think I'm being
Why do we need to prove ourselves to you?
Because he's the Duke.
But we've already proved ourselves to a different country.
Not him.
Are you asking for one of their boats?
No.
Okay,
Plus,
I think this is a pretty good deal for you. I mean, you walk in there, take a bag of gold from whoever's trying to sit on it, metaphorically speaking, of course, I hope.
We walk in and there's just a squat dwarf man just sitting angrily on a pile of gold staring
I was
at us.
actually about to say a dragon, but...
And if it proves to be more than you can handle, then you can just come and tell us that you weren't able to complete the mission.
Fair enough. That wounds Earthmover's pride that he thinks it's even possible that we would fail like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do I dare try to explain taxes to Earthmover at this moment?
Now, I do believe that you are holding up the line. So, do we have a deal?
I thought we were the last ones.
No.
There's now some
Lord,
more
no.
people behind you.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to bow, say thank you, and walk to the side. Or walk out, I guess.
Yeah, and one of the guards is going to go with you. So, okay. Duke said to set you up with carriage and some horses, so let's see what we can do. Go ahead and wait outside. This shouldn't take long.
Does Earthmover drag me out because he realizes the conflict that's happening?
You don't seem to recognize often, or Thitch doesn't seem to recognize often when it's like, I am the one that holds all the chips. And it's just like, but I hold a metaphorical chip. It's like, that doesn't work on this table. The only chip Thitch has in that argument is a chip on his shoulder.
Wait, I have a raven with me. I just realized that. I have a raven on my shoulder.
That is also on your shoulder.
Yes, the
Anyways.
Duke didn't look twice at it. He's just like, okay, adventurers.
Adventure. The number of times that adventurers steal animals, it's a wonder that one's supposed to be with you.
Yeah. But yeah, after a little bit, some guards are able to come out with 2 black stallions pulling a carriage.
Okay.
And written on the side is Alnig Royal Tax Collectors.
Well then.
So are they sending us with a normal tax collector at all, or is it just us?
Just you.
I don't know Alnig tax codes. I don't know what a tax code is.
Do I dare try to explain it to Earthmover?
I mean, you've got half a day's journey down there if you guys want to try to discuss.
Yeah, you can explain to me what a tax
Yeah.
is on the road, which is paid
Yeah.
for by the government through taxes. Why don't people just dig their own roads?
Because most people aren't thinking that far ahead.
But if you use that road, just maintain it as you go along, and the road will never fall into disrepair.
Well, that sounds like a very nice way to live, but unfortunately, people don't live that way.
Why?
I suppose because most people's short-term interests take precedent over long-term success.
That doesn't seem like a very survivable way of thinking.
Well, that's why we bond together into societies, and there are people that we put in charge of taking care of those things.
But if everybody assisted in taking care of those things, you wouldn't have such a giant power dispute.
So as you could argue that we all take care of those things together through taxation.
But I like my money. Let's. Now I have to go figure out what socio-political stance Earthmover has.
Yeah.
Political compass. I'm taking a political compass test for Earthmover.
Oh my gosh. So then, because like I'm for against taxes, but only in certain situations. Because like I understand what taxes, and I know I can understand how it can benefit, but at the same time, I've seen taxes do harm as well.
Yep. Although, but there were some more specific written instructions. Like for example, it said that they were looking for a 140 gold payment, and that this is a village of about 700 people.
How much money do normal people make again?
Not a lot.
Furthermore, it's about this is to represent the last 2 months worth of taxes, and that you are riding towards a major farming village.
Does the letter say how much they owe?
Yeah, 140 for the past 2 months.
Okay. So is it like the IRS where we don't tell them how much they owe, but if they give us too little, we imprison them all?
My gosh.
So I don't think the wagon's 700 people big.
No, that would probably be an even worse idea economically for him to shut down an entire village over 2 months of missing taxes. Then he gets no tax money and has 700 new people to deal with. Farmlands fall into disrepair.
But then other people's taxes pay for their prison, while he no longer gets income from the farming village, which is a large source of capital.
Yeah, and not everyone in that village is a farmer. Some of them are actually going to have the connections and power to get mad about this.
Some of them are going to be children
Yeah.
that don't pay taxes.
But remember, they could
Hopefully.
all be sold into slavery.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot that this country had that.
That is right. Oh my gosh.
Man, Earthmover is sheltered.
Yep. But yes, after a while, you are able to follow the directions to get to town.
All right.
And the first thing you do notice coming into view.
Shall I roll to see if I explain taxes to Earthmover?
Well, Zoe was
Not
certainly
necessarily-
helping.
I don't think you necessarily need to roll for that, but explain it the way Thitch would explain it.
I can't involve numbers. So, basically,
Sweet.
So taxes. There's a nation, and the government needs to run on money.
I still don't understand that one. The governing body's job is to govern people, not money.
Yes, but how are they supposed to govern people without money?
By the law.
Yes, but who's supposed to govern who's supposed to watch people do whatever? Who's supposed to watch the people to see if they're doing the law correctly?
The people. It's in the people's best interest to to punish the people directly who are going to be disobeying the law. Because if someone's disobeying the law, that slights them.
But let's say people let it slide.
Well, then they are also criminals and deserve to be punished.
But who's gonna punish them if they're all buddy with all the other citizens?
An entire town of criminals cannot stand.
Exactly.
But then the town collapses and you don't have to worry about them anymore because they fall into disrepair and ruin.
Yet we saw the trolls as well as bandits stay outside of the law.
They also stay outside of towns.
Or they find new towns or abandoned towns. I mean, they find abandoned towns and make use of those, right?
Well, they just abandoned one themselves.
Yeah.
Also, they have their own laws that they upheld by themselves, I'm sure. Right? If a goblin slights another goblin, the other goblins are going to punish the wrongdoer.
Yes, but that's only if everyone agrees on said rules. But let's take the bandits back into account. They don't agree with the rules of the nation and then thus leave. That's less money for the government, right? And then they're just going to have to tax more out of the other cities.
I just don't understand why you need the taxes at all.
Who's going to pay the government? Or the people who are working for the government?
The people working for the government. That's the other thing. Why do you need to work for the government?
Or I guess who's the government in this case?
Whoever's most important by a society attributed factor.
So who's gonna feed the government?
Well, you don't need to feed themselves to the society.
How do they work through society?
Depends on the society. As Goliaths, we all hunt, we all gather, we all prepare food as needed. If you go down a road, you maintain it while you're there. There's nothing that requires maintenance by some kind of paid central spot of money. There's not much of a use for money to begin with.
Well, I would say money is actually quite useful because, say, there's only a limited amount of goods in a society, but you guys want to get something outside of said society. But none of the things that you have is very useful.
Well, then where do you get money?
Money is a currency that you can use anywhere, despite what you actually own.
My point is, if your goods aren't worth anything, how are you getting money to begin with?
Well, I'm going to say it this way then. I
understand money. I don't understand the point of money. Bartering does just fine.
Well, I'm saying that, say there's a monopoly. Say you have a monopoly on chickens. And all you can do is sell chickens. But say that the only person that wants the chickens are the people who have the cows, but you want vegetables.
Then you trade for cows, and then you trade those cows for vegetables.
But how much vegetables are you going to get from one cow?
A lot. A cow is a lot of meat.
But say they don't want cows or chickens.
Then you trade for someone else until you get someone until you get something that you can trade for the vegetables.
But how are you supposed to get something outside of there if there's only cows, chickens, and vegetables?
Well, if the person that wants if you wanted vegetables to begin with, what does the other person want? If all there is to trade for is vegetables, chickens, and cows, and the person that has the vegetables wants neither, that man wants nothing. I can't get vegetables. He wouldn't want money if he doesn't want anything that we have in our current trading pool now.
But you can get anything out of money.
Assuming the person wants to sell.
Well, everyone wants to sell if they have an abundance of something, right?
If he had an abundance of vegetables and not an abundance of chickens or cows, unless he's a vegetarian, he's going to want to trade.
Even a vegetarian would like to trade in some cases. I mean, like, say you need to build a house.
You go cut down the timber and you build the house.
But what if, say, you Goliaths? How many tree houses houses made out of wood do you have, or is most of it stone?
Well, to be fair, we die out quick enough that we don't have to worry about building new ones. It's just kind of ancestrally, you move into the house that you were born in, and then you die. We don't live that long because generally we get killed by something.
How old are you, and how long do Goliaths normally live?
We think we decided Goliaths don't generally live past 50 or 60, right?
And how old are you?
I'm 30. I'm about halfway through my lifetime. I'm at my peak. They could, if they wouldn't get killed by everything, they could live about as long as a human, which is like 100, 110 years. But we generally die earlier.
I would argue that because they're so tall, they're probably on the lower end of that spectrum.
That's fair. So closer to 80 or 90. Basically, as soon as our bodies stop functioning entirely properly, we're either going to get killed by something or we're going to get outed because we're not as useful to our society anymore. We're not pulling our weight, and so we just leave and die to the cold.
Hang on, you just out the elderly and let them just die by nature?
Well, sure, they're not pulling their weight.
But they're still alive, right? They still have value.
In what sense?
Oh,
knowledge is passed down through oral tradition, and they can't perform physical labor.
Yes, but they're still living, right? I mean, what about children?
Children have the promise of value. It's like an investment. This is Zoe recognizing that Earthmover doesn't have an inherent value of life.
Surely that there's someone out there that you had to let live even if they couldn't save themselves.
Well, I suppose if they have worth in some other way, if perhaps they're exceptionally good at making decisions, then we wouldn't let them die because we need their help making decisions. But generally, as your body goes, so too does your mind. So, not a giant concern. Wow, this got dark.
Yeah. And speaking of dark, it's nearing evening when you guys are finally able to approach the large farming village of Chipham. And the first thing that you begin to notice is just the long stretches of farmland. First thing that you begin to see that they're growing is various forms of wheat, including barley and hops and the like. But before too long, the sun begins to set, and you hear a horn blow, then another, and it seems to be spreading outwards. And as the horn begins to blow, you see some of the workers, they're starting to pack it in for the day.
Okay.
Yep. Wipe off their plowing tools really quickly, put some stuff in a sack, and begin to move on. And they see you on the carriage, and some of them stop and stare. Some do a quick wave. Some just kind of look confused. And you see them muttering amongst themselves.
Oh.
You hear one of them shout, this better be a refund.
A refund? Do they not get tax returns?
I can't imagine that that's a concept that exists before any sort of modern setting.
Taxes aren't a formalized system. It's a random number generator.
How about you pick your own pockets for a change?
I'm not part of the government.
And you're right now going down a bit of a dirt road, and you begin to notice like a lot of smaller houses on either side.
Okay.
Yeah, and this seems to be where some of the workers are returning to. But it eventually opens up into a larger road where there's various towns and various residences and shops and taverns or the like. And towards the center of town, there's a very large house that you can see.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, it's nearing nighttime.
It's a farming village. Is there an inn?
Yes, there's you pass a couple inns and taverns. The first one you would see from the way you're coming is the Prancing Eel Inn.
Okay. What's it? How does it look?
So on the outside, there seems to be. I guess Earthmover wouldn't know what an eel looks like.
Oh my
No.
gosh. I would.
So it seems to be that someone took the time to draw a bunch of jumping worms around this place. Just around the front. Like it's a whitewash and then just like a bunch of I guess black worms is the only thing you could think of, but they've got like distinct heads.
How bizarre.
Huh.
Why would anyone draw this kind of demon?
I mean, would Thitch be able to recognize them as eels?
I would, yeah. Thitch would.
Yeah, okay, so then you know that they're eels.
Yeah.
Earthmover just think that they're either I guess snake would probably be the first place his head goes then.
Yeah.
So, what's with all these jumping snakes? Is an eel a type of snake?
I guess. Sort of.
Yeah. But yeah, it's labeled as the Prancing Eel Tavern.
I don't see why not.
Or Prancing Eel Inn, technically.
I don't see any reason not to start here. Or I guess we won't be here more than a night, so yeah. Assuming we don't get kicked out, it won't be just starting here.
Oh, you're not going bar hopping?
No. We're here on official business, even if we aren't officials.
Okay. What do you want to do about the carriage?
Do one of us want to stay on the carriage?
Who has the highest perception score?
Would that be me?
I can feel some distinct.
I have a plus
discontent
4
towards
for
that.
perception.
I have a +2.
If it was acrobatics, it'd be a +7.
Well, then again, you guys have stayed in taverns before when you've had a carriage, right?
Yes, but we recognize that there's active dissent towards us on account of our vehicle, and I want to prevent the vehicle from getting vandalized. Horses stolen, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go look up Zoe's, because I think... Where is she? She
You're
doesn't
sleeping
have.
outside the couch tonight. You're sleeping.
No. Thitch is.
Yay me.
I mean, if you want, you can just maybe just check in on it every so often. Put a bunch of bells on it. Oh, do you have any spells you can cast?
Me? I guess I can
Oh,
put my
sure.
raven to watch it.
Hang on.
Oh yeah, that would work.
Alarm.
Yeah, and plus I would be able to see it.
Alarm is an abjuration spell. I can't cast it.
Okay, but yeah, you just want to leave the raven on guard.
Does
Yeah.
the raven have to sleep? It's a magic raven.
It's
Nope.
a magic raven, doesn't have to eat or sleep.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, I
Okay,
guess we
yeah.
walk in.
Yep.
I leave my raven behind.
Although there might be a slight problem with Earthmover because this tavern's roof is only 6'6".
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I am standing basically right against. Well, no, not right against. I think we decided I am runt among Goliaths 6 feet.
I
Right,
thought you
'cause
were taller than 6 feet.
Maybe I was 6. No, I might have been 6'6".
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain I wasn't 7 feet, but I also feel like we change this number every time we bring it up.
But yeah, 6.5 is fine. You're just leaning over slightly.
I'm hunched to not scrape my head against the ceiling.
Greetings! Welcome to the Prancing Eel. What the heck?
Howdy.
Howdy.
Can we help the three of you?
I don't know if you have beds large enough to accommodate me, but we'd like a room to stay in.
Suppose you could push 2 beds together end to end.
That might be the way to go.
Ah. So, what brings you into town? Don't think I've ever seen you before. Pretty sure I'd remember.
Yeah, I'm new to the country. Won't be here too long.
Okay. Is that your carriage that just pulled up?
Yeah, well, we don't own it, but we are here using it officially. Come again?
So you didn't steal it, right?
No.
Ah, well, that's what's important. We don't condone thievery in this tavern.
Good.
Yep.
I would hope that's the case in most taverns.
Yes, we are directly anti-theft, and I don't. And my employer is not making me say that at every opportunity.
Okay. Well, how much for that room?
How many do you need?
2, I guess.
Yes, because I'm probably going to need 2 beds in one room.
Right.
Okay, well then, if you need 2 beds, then that's gonna be 2 silver for the night.
Cool.
For 2 rooms.
2 silver for 2 rooms?
Yes, 1 silver each.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll pay my silver that I owe all to myself.
And can we interest you in any food? Our specialty is the fried eel.
Eels.
I was meaning to ask.
How far
what
away are
is
you?
eel? What is an eel? Is that
Oh.
outside on the wall painted out on the building?
Oh,
Is that worm an eel? I didn't know worms could get that big.
yeah. It's like a water snake.
Huh. Interesting.
Or like a sea serpent. Oh, no, wait. Not a sea serpent. Those things are terrifying. And you just see him shudder and place his hand on a scar on his face. Just, no, seriously.
Oh, he gave himself PTSD.
Triggered a flashback.
Yeah.
Well, in any case, I would like to try it.
Okay.
Sure. What else do you have on the menu?
Let's see now. We got, the standard stuff. Let's see now. Got breads, cheeses, ale, chunks of meat.
I
I
guess I'll
don't-
go with the eel.
I don't want to make too large of an assumption here, but I figure if I scoot some stools out of the way and sit cross-legged, I'm probably at the right height for the counter.
Yeah, that's fine.
So like stack the stools that I scooted out of the way into a so they're not taking up as much floor space.
Okay, we need 2 orders of eel. Make it 3. 3. Now, I should tell you that the eel's kind of expensive.
Oh,
Okay.
how expensive?
About 2 silver per plate.
That is more than a room.
That's why it's the specialty and not the common tea.
What other
Commonality.
meals do you have?
Let's see now. If you want, you can buy a loaf of bread for 2 copper.
I'm going to go
Anything
ahead and
else?
put my 2 silver on the table, or on the counter rather. Well worth it, I'm sure.
I see the confidence eroding from not eroding,
Exuding?
Yeah, exuding from Earth Mover, and I'm like,
You can put
I put
Or
2
you can
silver
get-
down.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and Zoe also put some on. But yeah, maybe that's our business model. Low cost rooms, but then regular priced food.
Well, I'm sure it's working well for you, however it is that you have set up.
We also charge 4 copper for a mug of ale.
Ooh.
No reason not to. Go ahead and slap the 4 copper coins.
Okay, going for full meals tonight. Nice. And after a while, he brings out for you 3 plates of eel that each have a loaf of bread on it and a mug of ale. Bread's on the house.
It's part of the meal.
Yeah. So, what made you pass
Remind
through
me again,
our
so-
village?
Well, this actually is our destination in a matter of sorts. We're actually heading towards heading back the way we came in the morrow.
So you did you come here just to sample our seafood?
I wish that were the case. We've actually been sent by the government for tax purposes.
I actually had a question for you. What I saw weird eyes. I saw people eyeing us weirdly. Is there something going on between you guys and the government? Or about taxes?
We pay our taxes every month.
I really do want to believe you all because I don't want there to be an issue. You seem like you have a phenomenal town here, but
Thank you.
we are here because the Duke has sent us to collect 2 months of taxes.
What? No. 2 months. Okay, there's no way that Jeffrey would have let it get that bad.
Who's Jeffrey?
Oh, Jeffrey Turin. He's kind of the mayor of the town, you might call him. Basically, part of his job is organizing all the taxes together and then sending it off to the Duke. He also owns all the farmland.
Is it possible that he's taking the money for himself and not paying it to the government?
No, he wouldn't take such a bold risk like that. He might be skimming a bit off the top, but he wouldn't intercept 2 major payments. He's not stupid, but Unless I miscalculated and he's setting up an ambush for you, but I doubt he would do that.
Oh, we've been ambushed plenty of times before without anticipating it.
That's true.
We're still here.
Well, yes, normally ambushes happen when you don't anticipate them.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you
is there,
anticipate an ambush and
would
and
there be a
counteract it.
specific reason as to why he would do this?
No, he's got a pretty good launch.
I mean, well, to avoid payments. I mean, that has he done this before?
Nope, he himself has a pretty good record with it.
Strange. I wonder if he's being blackmailed by someone else to take the money.
Right.
Or if the Duke is just lying. I
That
really
too.
don't know. But that is what we're hopefully here to find out.
Why would he send you three here then?
It seemed like he might have had some level of power complex, but that's also just we were asking for a relatively substantial favor, so who can really say?
Well, hopefully you're able to figure it out in time.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that this townsperson isn't just instantly accusing us of being bureaucrats and like evil bureaucrats.
Yeah,
as we
that's
mentioned
true.
in the past.
But yeah, I don't want to rock the boat on this one. We pay our taxes. We got to keep our tavern. It's a pretty fair deal.
It is a nice tavern.
Yes,
How
thank
is
you.
the eel?
Oh yeah. If you're eating it, it tastes it tastes pretty good. Earthmover's probably had fish before, right?
We've been on several sailing like voyages, so I would assume so.
Yeah, actually, as far as seafood goes, this is actually one of the better ones that he's had.
Nice.
But yeah, I like this job here, and it got me off the farm. So
Can't complain there.
no.
Also, I do want to clarify right now. Earthmover sees money as basically advanced bartering, which on some level is exactly where it came from historically. He understands and respects it in terms of how it's used in the world, but he doesn't necessarily agree with it.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, then you guys want to say anything else to the barkeep?
No, after eating my meal, I'm just going to probably thank and go upstairs.
Yeah. And I guess sleeping for you in general, it's like in Elf when Buddy's trying to sleep in the elf beds.
It's
Still don't know.
that's why I've got one end to end.
Yeah, but this is probably still better than whatever his sleeping arrangement was back at his village.
Yeah, which was probably on the floor under a thin wool blanket. Well, no,
Yeah.
probably wasn't thin. Because, whenever you kill, you turn into stuff.
No, it was still part of the sheep.
Yeah.
He just snuggled up next to a live sheep.
I'm not Scottish. And with that, we lost all of our Scottish viewers.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's funny, but one of the few people that might actually watch this show is one of the people that plays in the British game that we're now recording, and he is Scottish.
Oh boy.
Hi, Tim. I'm gonna send him this episode.
Oh my God.
Just send him this soundbite.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah, the next morning's able to roll around just fine. The world hasn't ended yet. There's still the rising of
Okay,
the sun.
cool. That's good.
Praise it.
Okay, and Thitch has a dream.
Does my crow tell me anything?
This dream well, speaking of telling, this dream actually appears to be rather silent. And you just see your perspective in this dream, it's actually taller than you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
And you're traveling through the woods, looking down at a map that seems to be guiding you to some sort of cave system that's circled, and something written over it just reads target. And then you hear yourself mutter in a voice you can't quite recognize, "Gonna show that count, I mean boss. I mean business."
Show that what?
"Gonna show that count, I mean business."
Okay.
Okay. Then the next morning rolls around.
Does my crow alert me of anything? Raven.
I mean, it doesn't say anything in your head.
So nothing happened in the night to the carriage.
Well, the raven
Yeah,
normally doesn't speak in his head.
Well,
I'm assuming the raven would have come to me if there was something wrong. Or I would have. I mean, I should at least see it
look
because
through the raven. Where is the carriage?
Yeah, no, I looked through the raven.
Yeah, it's still right outside where you left it.
Awesome. When people are there, there's just a raven up in the tree looking at the
Yeah, no
carriage.
one stole the wheels off the carriage or anything.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Did better than my
That's
friend's bike
good.
about a month ago.
What?
The wheels stolen off their bike.
No way.
Yeah, they had the frame locked up. Did not have the wheels locked to the frame. Came back to the bike. Wheels were gone.
That's insane.
It happens a lot.
I didn't know this is a common occurrence.
Oh yeah. Wheels disappear from bikes if you.
The
don't
wheels
lock
on the
onto
bus
bike.
go gone and gone.
The wheels on the bus go yeet. So yeah, is this the point to wrap up?
Yeah, we
Or
can
we-
keep going.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, where do you guys want to head now? To clarify, when you guys went into town, there's series of larger buildings down this road, and then there's a large house towards the middle of town.
Probably the large house.
Okay. And it's more of what happened to you the night before, where like some people, they're noticing your carriage, some of you are giving you looks, some of them just don't really pay attention. You notice that there's actually that there's no other carriages currently in town. Everyone else just seems to be walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might be a little bit too pretentious right now, but that's okay. I'm looking through my thing, wondering if we should have covered the sides of the wagon.
Yeah, me too. I'm thinking that. So I guess we should be going to the mayor now, right?
Yes. Do you guys remember what his name was?
His last name is Turin.
Do you remember what his first name was?
It wasn't Clyde and it wasn't Paul.
Those are the names you remember?
Those are the only names in my head right now, trying to think of his name. It feels like one of those names.
No. Clyde was a vampire. Paul is my brother.
No, I don't mean I don't mean like it seems to me like it should be one of those names. Like the feeling of the name is similar to one of those two names.
Yeah, I can see that. Thitch, any guesses from Thitch?
I'm making a history
Trin?
check.
Yeah.
I should have remembered, but I didn't. Okay, history is buddy, 16 plus 3.
Yeah, with that, you remember that his first name is Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Oh.
What was I thinking? It was more like Steve. Steve is a similar feeling name to Clyde, despite being much different levels of genericness. Anyway. Jeffrey Turin.
Yes.
Any relation to Maria?
You can find out.
I guess I can.
Yep. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward drive, and the house, it's not walled off or anything, but it does seem to be like some decorative wall work with like some actual stonework and some hedges and a fence, but it is very open. It's just to give the idea of this is the property line.
Okay. So I guess we go on a rolling.
Yeah, and this time there's only one gardener working on a hedge.
Much less rich. Only one gardener working on a hedge actively.
Yes. You can only hire one person to be there at all times.
What peasantry. So yeah, I suppose we approach or we go down the way, and when the carriage can't go further, we go to the door.
Yeah. Do you just park your carriage out there on the path?
I guess. I mean, I can't imagine another carriage is going to try and come through.
Yes. And a man comes out saying, "What is the meaning of this?"
Well, we were here. We're here. We were sent by the Zinkton Duke. Hi.
How can I help the three of you?
We're looking for a Jeffrey Turin.
Speaking.
Well met.
So
we are here theoretically to collect 2 months worth of taxes.
Well, that's preposterous. I've been in charge of organizing the taxes for 15 years, and I have not missed a single payment.
The Duke begs to differ. How are the taxes paid for the last 2 months? Was there any change from?
Same way they're always paid. A team in driving a carriage just like that one comes in, shows me their official insignia, and we give them the payment.
Is it usually the same people that come to collect the taxes?
There's been a new team for about 6 months, but that happens. I've been doing this for a while now.
I see.
all right.
Plus, I know one of them. He is the brother of one of my house workers.
Could we speak to him? I assume he's not here.
No, he doesn't work in the home, but the brother does. Would you like to speak to him? He's the man taking care of those hedges at the moment.
Convenient. He's right here. Sure.
Chris, how about you go ahead and come up with a name for this guy?
The grass guy?
Hedgeman.
The hedgeman?
Yeah, don't belittle his skill set. He's a hedge expert. A hedgespert.
So, let me see. First name would be...
Oh, boy.
Danny Hedgeworths.
He's a gardener.
What was that?
Like Danny Phantom.
Oh.
Yeah, and so Jeffrey calls over Danny, and you just see him, like, with a quick motion, put his clippers behind his back, and he marches over at a reasonable speed. You called, sir?
Howdy. We would like to just talk to you, get a sense, and get to about your brother, who currently works for the tax officials in Zigton.
You're here to cause trouble for my brother. Mr. Turin, are these guys someone you need me to use my skills on?
Oh my god.
No, Danny, stop doing that! How many times do I have to explain to you? You're not a ninja, you're not a monk, You are a very good gardener, but please stop offering to beat people up.
Wait. Strength challenges I am not opposed to. That's how we determine our governmental representative from our town.
Yes. I like this guy.
However, we're not here for any kind of dispute if it can be avoided, which I pray it can. That last bit was said to Jeffrey.
But yeah, you said you were looking for my brother?
Yes, I hear from Jeffrey here that he is newly appointed in the group of tax collectors.
Has he told you any stories?
No, he says that he's glad to have the new job and lets him see a bit more of the country.
Okay.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Whereabouts? I don't know if he would have told you everywhere. Whereabouts does he collect taxes from?
Oh, let's see now. Suppose this village and some others in the area.
Does he generally work with the same group of people?
Yes, they prefer that at least one of the collectors be from the village itself, and the other one at least be from nearby.
So they generally come in pairs.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So he generally services around this area.
Yes.
I'll turn back to Jeffrey. Has the person with him been the same every time? Like, is it the same two people exactly who come every time?
Not sure. I didn't get a chance to interact with his partner last month.
Let's see. And the month prior?
Yes, it was the same guy he normally works with, Zachary Taylor.
A name I will write down for the first time in a very long time.
Okay.
Also, by the way, that's Taylor with an I, not Taylor with a Y.
I despise you.
Why?
No, those are
just-
both last names that make sense. I'm joking. What color sticky note do I want to use?
I make that distinction because Taylor with a Y was the 12th U.S. president.
Are you saying that Zachary Taylor can't be a government embezzler if his last name is the same as a U.S. president?
Well,
Zachary Taylor's probably not the suspicious one.
Yeah.
well, because he's been dead for like 170 years.
No, the one with the eye.
Oh, he has two.
Yes,
of
he
them.
had two of them. I knew as soon as I said it that I had made a mistake. Anyway, that sticky note's not staying on the paper. I bent it too hard.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, I think my brother said that he was yeah, right now he's doing some of his rounds in the other villages, but he should be here by tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Is that the next tax day? Or is he just coming in to visit? Does he live in the village still?
Yes, he normally stays here in the village.
Okay. I'd very much like to speak with him then.
Oh, well, certainly. And Jeffrey says, and until then, you're more than welcome to stay in my home. I'm sure that we can get this all cleared up nicely.
I certainly hope so. I'm not here to be some kind of big muscle man, give me the money now. It's not what we're here for. We want this to be resolved as cleanly as possible.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Also, I feel the need to mention we are conscripted by the Duke. We don't work in the government.
Also, outside of character, Drew, are you trying to get my nerves to go off saying like there's some sort of hidden meaning in what he's saying? First, there's a talk about an ambush, and now you're just giggling to yourself.
Well, I'm still laughing a little bit about the eye thing.
Oh, okay.
Yes, 2 of them. We said at the same time.
I knew it was going to happen.
But yes. And yes, we are welcome to have friends of the Duke here.
I'm glad that we are considered friends of the Duke and friends of the town.
Yes, indeed. And
And
by the looks of those medals, you're friends of Galilei as well.
Indeed.
Yes, we are.
Yes, my daughter moved there a number of years ago.
Oh,
Daughter? By chance.
Maria?
You've met?
Good friends, actually.
Yes, quite good friends.
Yes. Then I definitely want to make sure that this all goes over well. Would hate to cause a disappointing situation with that. Then,
As would we. Like I said, we're not here to cause trouble. We're here to solve the
an
problem.
international incident.
No, that would be nice to be avoidable.
Yes.
We're also trying to, prevent a worldwide calamity, so.
You what?
Not by collecting taxes. That's only tangentially related.
Mm-hmm. And then Danny asks, but say if my brother was involved with this, what would you have to do to him?
Get money back, I guess.
Get money and him back. He'd be brought back to the capital, or to Zinkton, rather. I don't know what would happen there. Like I said, I'm not part of the government.
Well, I'm sure he's not involved then.
I certainly hope not. You seem like a great fellow, and I'm sure your brother is as well.
And your shrubbery seems nice as well.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I had aspirations once of running the...
I thought that's where the sentence was going to end. I had aspirations once.
Wow.
And no singing!
I had no singing.
Yes. I had aspirations once of using my skills with the blade to join the god or the army, but I'm afraid that time has passed.
Well, the pair of blades you now wield is certainly being utilized to the height of its craft. I had aspirations.
Okay, I think that's where we're going to wrap this up.
All right, we will hopefully just wait here at Jeffrey's house until tomorrow. We will meet Danny's brother, get this cleared up.
Yeah, like
Yes.
this. Had a large range of emotions going on here.
Very dark and very funny in equal measure.
Yes.
I like how towards the end of it we went Monty Python. That was good.
That was a welcome introduction.
Yeah, I watched that movie again last night.
Oh my gosh.
I can tell.
But don't worry. It's next session that we're going to get to Castle Anthrax.
No,
And I've been your host, Dungeon Master Drew, and I'm being joined by...
Earth Mover.
And
Thitch.
I am not going to Castle Anthrax.